Today we're going to do another combo unboxing. Both products are from Sram. So there's going to be actually 3 items today. So Sram G2R for the left, and which is the front, and here in the US, disc brake. The other side, disc brake, also G2R, which is the right or the rear disc brake. And then 2 180 rotors. I'm only going to be opening one of these today because they're literally the same. So first start out with the Sram rotors. It says Avid disc compatible brakes. For these, they're compatible with Avid brakes. Sram, Avid, they're the same company now. Sram bought Avid, so pretty much everything Avid makes is the same as Sram. These are the companies, if you didn't know yet, Sram is under, well, Sram bought. So they bought RockShox, they bought Avid, they bought Truvative, they bought Zip right over here. They bought also Zip. They've bought a lot of different brands so far. It's made in Taiwan. It's pretty straightforward. There's a little tape right there. You just cut the tape. It's a little reusable pocket, which is nice if you want to store like your old disc brake rotor that you had after you change it out. For us, we're just building a brand new bike, Bird 029. So if you want to watch that build, you can go to our YouTube channel and see that video. But so because it's a brand new bike from frame up, we're building it from the frame up. There's no old rotor that we need to put back in this nice package. So here's a 180 rotor right here. I don't want to touch the braking surface since I have grease on my hand right now. If you do that, your brakes will probably squeal and you have to clean them, and possibly your brake pads as well. It's not good, especially if you have a brand new rotor. You can see the thickness right here. It's like 1.8 thickness. If it'll focus, it's a 1.8 thickness, 1.8 millimeters. I know other brakes like Magura rotors are 2 millimeters wide, but Sram uses 1.8. So that goes back in there, seal it up. Reusable flap right there. They also give you this nice little package of disc brake rotor bolts, so you don't have to buy your own. They come with it. This little package, little dome. And after, you can put your old ones, because they have brand new thread locker in it. Seal it up. Some fell, but that's okay. And then you just slide it back in this package. It doesn't really matter if it goes back in the hole. It's right there, but it doesn't really matter if it goes back in the hole, especially if it's old disc brake rotor bolts. You just want to keep those on handy. If you snap one, if you don't have one, you can just reuse those. And then you can just bend it back into the little slots. And now, even without the tape, it stays nice and secure. See, that doesn't really matter. You can just go store it away. The disc brake won't hurt you, won't cut anyone, because these are sharp. So that's a good way to store your old disc brake rotors. So keep these around. I keep my old ones around for that purpose. Next unboxing would be these Sram G2R brakes. They are kind of lower on the spectrum for brakes. For on the G2 line. G2 line's basically, if you didn't know, it's just the upgrade, kind of new, improved version of Guide, Sram Guide. Guide doesn't use the Matchmaker, while G2 uses Matchmaker. Matchmaker X, Matchmaker is this clamp right here. It's basically a little dome, while the Guides just kind of clamp together like traditional Avid brakes. So it's just a brake and then just goes together. While G2s just go circle and they kind of clamp on the bar like that. So that's what the G2s are. G2, there's G2, there's G2R, there's G2RS, and then there's G2RSC, and then there's G2 Ultimate. I have a pair of G2RSCs. I think they're pretty good. They're good enough for the kind of trails I have around here. they're, you know, I'm not going downhill world-class trails or bombing downhill or anything. Just like a traditional trail, you know. They can use it climbing and descending, so they work fine enough. So there's a little tape here. And as you go lower in the spectrum, so this is kind of lower compared to RSCs, you lose braking power, according to Sram. I haven't tested that, I haven't really researched that, but according to Sram, you lose braking power as you go like down the level. So that's what it's packaged as. That's the lever right there. These are not brake sets, you have to buy them individually, but they come as a lever right here, and then underneath here there'd be the caliper. So you pull this up, and there's the caliper hiding on the other side with the bleed block and everything. You want to keep these for bleeding your brakes, or it's going to be like all mismatched and not good. So that's what they look like. Guides are kind of more shiny, kind of paint job. This is more like textured powder coat. I find it's nicer. The guides are more like an automotive, like car, like a black car. If you ever look at a black car with like metallic speckles in it, that's what the guides look like. But the G2s have this kind of more classy black textured powder coat to them. These brakes also, what I like about these brakes is G2s, they have this brake bar. Basically, if you fall and your handlebar's here, your hand's here, you fall and boom, and then it can kind of rebound a bit. So that's what G2s have. Guides don't have that. Not all guides have that. I don't think any of them have them. My guides that I have don't have them. So that's, I guess, a kind of nice safety feature. Here's the reach adjustment right here, this little black knob. And there's definitely some cutting corners in quality compared to the more expensive G2 RSCs, but they look pretty similar. What else you get in the box is you get the clamp right here. Get the clamp. This is a matchmaker clamp. Basically, this is the, let me see. This is the left front brake. So basically that means that this is for a dropper post. This would be the clamp for a dropper post. It's a matchmaker, so it's built in this little red things where you screw in your dropper post. A lot of Sram stuff is made in Taiwan. Like almost everything I've seen from them so far is made in Taiwan. It's really nice that they give you a matchmaker, because like I bought matchmakers by themselves and they're pretty pricey for what they are, in my opinion. It's like 30-40 bucks for a pair, so 2 of these, one for the right, one for the left. So it's nice that they just give it to you. Plus, if you have like brakes without the matchmaker, then you put on the matchmaker, you have an extra clamp. So these are also black bolts, while the ones you buy separately are like rainbow oil slick kind of bolts. So that's nice that they come with a matchmaker already as a clamp. What else you have in here is, this looks like, oh, this is bleed stuff. So this is a bleed block. Right here, this red thing is a bleed block. The other one's, I guess, just a storage. Here's like your Allen key when you're bleeding your brakes. Kind of more bobs and olives and extra screws. Here's the classic Sram warranty stuff. Pretty much comes in the same exact paper on every single one of their products, no matter what it is. Then what else you have in here is another paper that basically kind of explains like the legal stuff, like don't hurt yourself. Disc and hydraulic brakes, basically just kind of another one of those standard things. They only use .4 and .5.1, so it's basically just a standard paper that they just slip in. This particular brake uses .4. and dot 5.1. So they just use both. You can use whatever, but I suggest whatever's in it already, don't kind of combine. And one last paper here. This is a user manual for installing like the barb in your brakes. So this is how they want you to install it. You like shove this in, and then you do this top thing as well. So it's like 1, 2, 3. Just follow the instructions. Install, measure, grease. So that's basically it. That's all you get in a Sram G2R brake set. This is a lower end model, so it probably isn't as fancy as kind of the other ones. It's not too low, but it's lower on the spectrum. The Code Ultimates, G2 Ultimates, those will probably come in much nicer box. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this unboxing of these G2R brakes, consider watching other videos that I have of other unboxings, and thank you.